Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. In today's video, now that we've beaten the boss that annoyed the living hell out of me in the last video, Pontiff, will be continuing beyond his boss arena into the next area. To, unfortunately, another boss that drives me insane. But I don't think I'll have as much trouble since the next boss is far less aggressive. But yes. If you've watched the last video, which, since this one's coming out after it, I'm going to assume you have. Do let me know what you thought of the way the death sort of montage was done in that. No, we're not going to be able to get him. But, yeah, let me know, because I'm still getting used to the whole editing side of this. Chatting while playing games isn't the most difficult thing to do, but editing wasn't something I ever did prior to YouTube, so let me know. This area, we've got a few giants, most of which are dead. Yep, all of which are dead, I think, other than that one that's sitting down. I'm not going to aggro it though, because I don't really want to. And we've got two NPCs here that I'm going to run past. I'm going to fight them, but I'm going to fight them up here. So I'm out of the range of all these blue-robed priests. Get out of it. Just realised I didn't have the stamina there. Come on then. Think that... Are these part of the Covenant that's here? Covenants being the, like, NPC, like, invadery stuff that you can do. This is the only game I ever did it in, and this is the only Covenant I ever used. The one that's just beyond this point. Well, actually, beyond this point. I think it's literally in here. When he dies, I'll take their items. Does he not give you one? I thought he gave you his hammers. Either way. Something to be aware of. Is this the fog wall? Right. I knew there was one, I just couldn't remember where. Right, down here, there's a good item, but two, in my personal opinion, incredibly annoying enemies to fight that you have already seen, though. These things. There's one over there, and one over here. I'm going to grab this. Human dregs. We do manage it. Fuck me. That was a lot of damage. And here's the grab I told you about. This is not like the Stray Demons grab. You cannot get out of it. Please. Balls. Well, that was a very quick death. Oh, and the other one thought he'd come and have a go. Oh, I'm very tired, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very tired. Since starting YouTube, my sleep schedule is piss poor. Not because of YouTube, but just in general. My sleep schedule over the past, say, month or so. Holy Lord, is it bad. So, I'm basically up all night until about, say, 5, 6 in the morning. Then that's when I go to bed. Yeah, it's dumb. But, to be fair, from what I've seen from every other YouTuber that I watch, that seems to be the norm for a lot of young people. Especially young people that play games a lot. Or just, I don't know, have friends. But I don't really mind it. I'm used to it. There's a giant active. Yeah, I thought you were. I'm not fighting the giants. The giants have big health bars and I don't really need to fight them or want to. I think they'd probably drop Titanite shards if I had to guess. And if not, souls, if nothing else. But if you need to farm souls, there are better, far more efficient ways. I've just aggroed both of them. Shit. Jesus. Right. I'm going to climb up here. Hopefully de-aggro them. Because fighting two of them is... Oh boy, is that a death sentence. This ladder is absurd to climb back up. Come on. Can you even see them? Yeah, you can. Well, for the time being, I'll come back, I guess. We're going to go up here. Any of you that have played Dark Souls 1 should vaguely recognise this area. At least a little bit. You'll recognise it a whole lot more shortly, but this is a recognisable area from Dark Souls. Actually, wasn't going to grab this item, but I'm going to. Yeah, I thought it was some ashes. Buy some more stuff at the merchant inn filing. There is a whole load of these. Oh. Can I get a backstab off? Because I'm pretty sure if you backstab this one, it'll just go careening off the edge. Balls. Ah, well, close enough. Plus, it's probably a good thing that I clear out all these guys since... I can hear someone shooting, but I can't see them. Yeah, I think it was him. I've got to clear this area out since, well, I'll be coming back here shortly. Whoops. I can't believe he survived that fall. I feel like 2 hits from a greatsword followed by that drop. Yeah, this is the ganky one. He's hidden right in this corner. Ow, I've just punched my desk. I thought I was fully dead at that. I feel like I really need to level my vigour at some point. There we go. My sword is far bigger than yours, good sir. But yeah, I feel like I need to definitely level my vigour. Is it vigour or vitality in this game? One of those two. Whichever one gives me a bigger health bar. Shit. Come on then. Thankfully the stagger in this is... pardon me. Just had to clear my throat. Thankfully the stagger from this weapon is pretty high. That texture isn't right, is it? That's clipping, like, a whole lot. I must not be close enough. That's the only logic I have. Oh, he's got the spear. A weapon that I genuinely hate fighting against. Oh, we got the Silver Knife Shield, though. I do like their armor set and shield and stuff. Right. Grab that. Jump off. That was some massive fall damage. Not pleasant. I'm going to ember up in a minute anyway, so won't matter. But hopefully these enemies have de-aggroed. Yeah, looks like it. Of course, there's a ring down here. I think it's up there. That you get from these. Right, come over here. Right, just gonna hide here, so then he can't get me. Jesus. Oh, that's just a free heal. Shit. I ran basically straight into his gob there. Whew. I do hate this enemy. I just think it's got such weird, erratic movements. But can't get a charged R2 off against that attack. So yeah, I don't know. I have to focus quite a lot, sorry, on the lack of commentary, but this enemy's... I don't know why this enemy is just not an enemy I can fight. Sick. It's one down. Go over here. I think once you kill this other one, there's a bonfire down here. Because there is a bonfire every... What's the word? Every covenant. Every online covenant's, like, hub thing has a bonfire next to it, but for these, because these enemies don't respawn, you've got to kill them first. Because Dark Souls is evil that way. And heavy. If you get that reference, you are a legend. Swing and a miss on my part. Do something. Missed. Balls. Didn't expect him to attack that way. Balls. Should have rolled. Should have rolled. Should have rolled. Who knew I'd get stuck not so easily, so quickly. Ah well. There's only one this time, so we should be fine. Although that does mean I've got to go run back through all the Silver Knights, because they do respawn in this game. I feel like they didn't in Dark Souls 1, which is where they originate. But I could be wrong as well. Oh, pardon me. But how are you enjoying the series? How are you enjoying my dumb commentary? To be fair, how did you enjoy seeing me rage in the last video? Let me know in the comments, because I'm sure everyone loves a good little bit of rage. But like I said, most of it was cut because it was just me running into a brick wall against Pontiff for about 20 minutes, I want to say. So I'm hoping I don't have to slam my head against the wall against the next boss as well. But to be fair, we're not all that too far away from, like, beating this game, I don't think, in terms of, like, number of bosses in the base game. I know we've got the DLC, which has got, like, another 6 bosses after the base game, plus we've got all the optional ones that I'm going to do, which, for some bosses, I think it's going to be fine. Some of them I am dreading, because that's not what I wanted to do. Some of the optional bosses suck. Oh, nice. Looks like they've got massive pies on everything that isn't their heads. Because I knew you could do that. Do you want to stop freaking out? Because I don't know if that has a hitbox. And there's the ring that I wanted. I didn't know if you had to kill an enemy or you just had to pick it up. And that is the Ring of Favour. Increases HP, stamina and maximum equip load. One of the greatest rings in the game. For me personally. We'll pick up that. We've got a deep gem. Completely useless. We may as well rest it. Well, not rested it, but we may as well light this bonfire. But yes, that... I didn't even mean to do that. I meant to use an ember. That over there is the Aldrich Faithful, which is a online covenant. It's the only one I ever used because you didn't need to invade. It would just... If you were a part of it and there were players in this area, you just invade them like automatically. You wouldn't need to fanny about. Sometimes you won, sometimes you lost, but I always enjoyed that PvP because it was just you're a member of this covenant. We're just going to throw you at players. Unlucky. And like I said, there were good players, there were bad players, there were cheesy players. PvP in this game is what it is. But in fairness, I never really paid much attention or bothered much with the balls. No, not with the balls. With the PvP of these games. It's never something I personally enjoyed. I think the thing that makes me love the Dark Souls games is the sheer number of approaches that you can have to them. Like, you can complete this game with just about any weapon. Don't get me wrong, there are weapons that are better than others, but that is the nature of having multiple weapons. If all the weapons functioned the same, differences would be pointless. But you can do it if there's a weapon you like the moveset of, if there's a weapon you like the look of, whether it's from the very beginning of the game to the very end of it. Balls. Get off the edge. You can complete the game with it. Don't get me wrong, like I say, some will be harder to do than others. Like, off the top of my head, like the Uchi Katana, you get that basically the moment you start the game, but I'm pretty sure that holds up all the way until the final boss and in all of its DLCs. So the Uchi Katana is definitely a solid weapon, and you get that, like I say, immediately. And then there are weapons that you get much later in the game that no one uses for whatever reason. Shit. But with PvP, there's not a set rules, but there are just weapons that are far better than others, have better attacks, better poise, different things like that. Right. Actually, now that I've got at least a few viewers, there's a ring down here that I can grab and ask the audience about, I guess. Oh yeah, we get that armour. We get the lemon armour. If you get that reference, let me know in the comments. If you do, pardon me, you're a legend. Right, I think there's a chest down. No, never mind. For some other reason, I thought there was a chest on both sides. Never mind. There's a chest on this side. And we get the reversal ring. If you read the description for the reversal ring, males can perform female actions and vice versa. I get the lore reason why that ring is there. What the hell does it do? Because I can't think of any action in this game. What the fuck happened there? I think I just pulled on my mouse cord with my foot. But yeah, I can't think of any action or any gameplay feature in this game that is gender-based. So, what does it mean that men can do female actions? Because I thought all actions in this were sort of universal. I thought all the actions were just sort of presets, if it's referring to all of these. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is. Oh, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, I'm very tired, and I'm recording this at, I don't know what time. It's late. I know that. Just had food, and I'm recording. And after this, I'm going to play Resident Evil. Which, yeah. Actually, going along with that, something I do want to say. As much as I'm really enjoying playing this, I am so desperate right now to finish it. Not in a bad way, like, I want this to end. But, if any of you are familiar with the Cinders mod, which I think is the one I've seen, the Cinders mod's been updated with a boatload of new weapons, and I really want to play it. So, and I don't know if I can put this game into Cinders and keep a normal playthrough going like this and have a Cinders playthrough. If anyone knows how I can do that, sort of have like the mod running and not running at the same time for two different saves, let me know. Also, yeah, I'm going to talk about the big obvious thing. Yeah, we're in Anor Londo. If you've played Dark Souls 1, you will be familiar with this area, as I'm sure many of you stopped playing the game after this area. I'm going to need to do a quick heal. Missed. And yeah, this is the area that many people, not all of them, would have stopped playing the game because of the boss of this area, who I've already talked about being Ornstein and Smo, the famous like Dark Souls duo, one of the most famous Dark Souls bosses, period, I would argue. And yeah, so if you've played Dark Souls 1, you recognise this area in... Oh shit, I forgot there was a... Thank God I can stagger these guys, because that attack would have hurt. But yeah, if you've played the game, you'll understand the... What's the word? The gravity of being in this area again. Because of how important it is in the first game. Although it does serve the same purpose, I think, in this game, as it did to Dark Souls 1. And that's, A, being like a separator from the base game, the first part of the game and the second, which is, like I say, Pontiff and this area are sort of this middle ground of this is where the game gets difficult and you sort of move towards the final areas, in my opinion. Along with that, pardon me, it's not a gatekeeper, but I feel if, similar to Dark Souls 1, if you could beat Ornstein and Smough from this area in the original, and you can beat Pontiff and the boss from this area in Dark Souls 3, your build's probably doing alright, and you'll probably be able to continue with the rest of the game. Although, there are still going to be plenty of bosses that will kick your ass, because plenty of them do me. And I've played hundreds, if not bordering on 1,000 hours in this game at this point. Repeatedly ramming my head against a brick wall, but still playing the game nonetheless. All the enemies in here, we get Moonlight Arrow. Another little, not Easter egg, but like teaser of the origins of this area from Dark Souls 1. I'm going to grab that. Ooh, got an Estus Shard. Yeah, there's this creature. I'm not going to fight it because I don't want to. What I am going to do, though, is do this. Because we get invincibility frames. At least I think. Going to wait for this door to open. Bugger off. And there we go. And what I'm going to do before fighting the boss, because literally beyond that door at the very back of the room in Ornstein and Smough's old boss arena is the boss of this area. I'm going to travel back to Firelink and level up, because I've got 70k souls. Don't really want to lose them. And plus I'll hand the ashes in and upgrade my Estus and stuff really quick, because I'm not insanely confident in my... I think I'll do that, and... No. There. Not insanely confident in my abilities to kill the boss of this area in a one-er. What do they have now? Oh. We've got Titanite Shards. Pardon me, always handy. We've got a few different new armor sets. Lautrec from Dark Souls 1. In Dark Souls 1, he's the person you get the... What's it called? The Ring of Favour. Or in that game, Ring of Favour and Protection. Reinforce Estus. No. Yes. Now I need Titanite Chunks. I can't fully remember where you get those, but I think they'll probably be in the next areas. And we'll burn an Undead Bone Shard, which I noticed I had before I started recording. Right, and now to Anor Londo. I've spent my souls, got a little bit more health, smidge more endurance, a smidge. To be fair, I've got a smidge more health as well, so it's not made that much difference, I'm sure. But yeah, now if I do die, which, like I say, I'm not guaranteeing it, but I'm also not insanely confident in my ability to beat this boss. Because since it's in the second half of the game, I've not fought it half as much as, say, as I've fought, like, Gundyr. Because don't get me wrong, I've completed a lot of playthroughs on this game, but there are plenty of playthroughs that I've started and not finished. For various reasons. Missed. This is the only thing about this, like, little area that annoys me, to be fair. I think the much more dark and dreary aesthetic from what it used to be, because this area was not bright, but brighter. And here we have... Oh, you are a douche. Here we have the boss of this area. Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. Or, in the lore, if I'm not mistaken, shit. I'm getting, like, curb stomped here. But yeah, if you notice, I feel like I do more damage to them opposed to what I did to... What's his name? To the Pontiff. But yes, this is Aldrich, Devourer of the Gods, Saint of the Deep. All of his various titles. Huh, I've never been close enough to not have that hit me. That's quite funny. And many of you who have played Dark Souls 1 and maybe haven't played this, if you're curious, that is the mask of the, if I'm not mistaken, his name is the Dark Sun Gwendolyn or the Dark Moon Gwendolyn. Yeah, that is his little, like, ornate headdress. And yes, if you're curious of his gender, Aldrich is just a slime blob, but Gwendolyn's gender is male, although was raised female. And lore-wise, Devourer of Gods, he literally ate Gwendolyn, for lack of a better way of putting it, to achieve more power. Literally. I feel like in the original version of this game, he had his body, like, hanging out of his face. But I also could be insanely wrong. Lock on, please. Yep, now we've got the worst attack of all. Which I think, if I'm not mistaken, put me right back in my place. Ow. Heal, heal. That arrow attack in first phase isn't too bad. That arrow attack in the second phase locks on and lasts considerably longer. And down in a wanna. Get buggered, you big sluggy bugger. Sick. Are you gonna pop up that I killed him and can I get my souls and stuff? There we go. 50k, not too bad. Not bad at all. Sick. I can feel a sneeze coming and it's annoying because I can feel it. Nope. Fair enough. That's a horrible feeling, isn't it? When you feel a sneeze coming in, it just doesn't. Why are my eyes jet black? God, that's terrifying. Right. Is there an item up here? Yeah, there is. It's up here. And this, from Dark Souls 1. Yeah, the Sun Princess Ring. I think heals HP over time. Gradually restores HP. Yeah. That right there is the famous Great Chest area. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, find out. But yeah. And is the lift going to come back up so I can get out of here? But yeah, that's this area done. It's much shorter than some of the others. You can speed run between Pontiff and Aldrich very quickly. But yeah, going back to the lore, Aldrich, big slime cinders lord, travels from, where is it? No. Here, because Deacons of the Deep's boss area is the bedchamber, or the resting place of Aldrich. Gets resurrected, comes here, devours Gwendolyn, and attains more power, and then gets smacked with a big pizza cutlery knife. So, didn't do him too good, did it? And we'll get more health. I want about 30 in my vigor, I think. Oh yeah, I could have summoned you two, couldn't I? Whoops, it is. Ah well. We'll show you quickly what his soul gives you. We can get Life on Scythe and or the Dark Moon Longbow. That, yeah. Longbow of the Dark Moon Gwendolyn, who was gradually devoured by Aldrich. The Golden Bow is imbued with the power of magic and is most impressive with moonlight arrows. And does it tell you anything about thingy? About this one? Because this has got some weird little Aldrich shenanigans to it as well. Miracle of Aldrich, Devourer of Gods, steals HP of foes using an illusory scythe. Aldrich dreamt as he slowly devoured the god of the Dark Moon. In this dream, he perceived the form of a young pale girl in hiding. That is a reference to another boss from Dark Souls 1 who is optional, from the painted world of either Arimus or Ariandel. I get the two painted worlds in these games mixed up. and that girl is the crossbreed Priscilla, whose lore I'm not too familiar with. I think she's like a bastard son of Gwyn, knowing Gwyn and like the royals in these games. How do you get power within? I might have to look at that, because I feel like a nice body buff, as much as I said we're not going to use intelligence and all that stuff, a body buff might be good to just knock my damage over the edge and make this build insane. Oh yeah. Bye y'all, I guess. Has the other girl arrived yet? No. Next area is going to be from back just before Pontiff. I'll quickly show that off, I guess. We'll be going from... No, actually, it'll probably be here. Going from... Actually... We'll probably go from... I don't know, actually. Did I not pick up the bonfire? We'll be going from the Church of Yorska, I guess, then. Because I don't think I've picked up the fucking bonfire to take me to another area yet. Balls. Right. I think we'll chug Aldrich's soul. I don't think it'll give me enough to level up. Most likely not. Oh, it does. Nice. So yeah, I think it's going to be a nice quick short video, guys. If you have enjoyed, do let me know by leaving a like, subscribing, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, let me know what I can do to improve, all those good things, and yeah, swear your allegiances to the Lord strong, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.